My issue with Chimaev, it's not the fact that he can't fight. He just is, he's not a man.
I've been here 3 days in the lobby and the guy says he's gonna shoot me. So let's go, do that. I would be happy to die.
Sean, are they gonna let you guys face off? And do you want to get like in this guy's face? And like,
dude,
does that sound fun to you?
Dude, here's the thing. I'm a grown ass man, dude. You know, like I shut the fuck up, you shut the fuck up. We could go look at each other for 2 seconds, but it's like, you know, I mean, this guy's a fucking dog. I don't know. I mean, maybe. Well, I'll tell you what. If he doesn't have 10 of his friends, it should be fine. If he has 10 of his little Chechnyan friends, it won't be fine.
Sean Strickland and Khamzat Chimaev launch a harsh verbal attack on each other before their highly anticipated clash at UFC 328.
Has the UFC given you any guidelines on what to do, not to do?
You know, I think the security is like over, you know, it's pretty not necessary, but like, I mean, how much money is the UFC making and spend on this fight? So if me and Chimaev go, I mean, Chimaev won't fight me. If he goes against one of his 10 friends to try to fight me, you know, they're in line to lose a lot of fucking money. But again, you know, this is again why we go back to Chimaev and I say he doesn't have dignity. When in my life would you ever hear me say, I'm gonna jump you, or my friends are gonna jump you, or my religion's gonna jump you, or I'm gonna do this? It's like, dude, you just act like a fucking coward. Like, this is why I didn't want to say, like you're a dog, bro. I would never say that. If I have an issue with somebody, do you think and to his fans, do you think my fans would ever jump you? No, because my fans have fucking dignity. They're fucking men. Unlike you third world fucking dog.
Khamzat Chimaev brushes off Sean Strickland's threats, calling him a clown who only talks without action. He insists Strickland has never succeeded against him and says the outcome won't change this time either.
Clowns always talk. It's not gonna be a clown if he's quiet.
He has said some pretty crazy things, right? He's been pretty close to crossing the line. He's even said if you jump him, he's going to shoot you guys and stuff like that. Has anything he said pissed you off or upset you?
Bro, he didn't shoot any chickens in the world, bro. How are we gonna shoot a human? He never had success with me. So it's not gonna be different right this time as well. So I was fighting 170 that time. So imagine I beat him on that weight. I was cutting the weight, and at that time I beat him. So right now, people know how big I am, how hungry I am. So it's good meat, yeah. I like white American chicken.
However, Sean Strickland dismisses fears of a pre-fight confrontation with Khamzat Chimaev, saying Chimaev avoids direct conflict and relies on others around him. He contrasts that with himself, claiming he would stay composed in person, but expects Chimaev to back away and involve his team if tensions rise.
Everyone's scared that you guys may fight each other before you step into the octagon.
He's not going to fight. When have you seen Chimaev do anything? He has his 5 boys do it. It's not for Chimaev. Chimaev's not going to do shit, dude.
What do you think would happen if you guys were in the same room before the fight?
Well, I'm a man with some dignity, so I would just be like, oh, hello, Chimaev, I'll see you on Saturday. Him, on the other hand, being a dog, would probably say something stupid, and I would say, all right, Chimaev, let's go, you bitch. And he's going to run out that door and have all his little Chechnyan lackeys run in, because why? He's a dog.
Now, he's rolling with about 30 people in his crew.
Sean Strickland criticizes Khamzat Chimaev's large entourage, contrasting it with his own approach of showing up alone and ready to confront anyone directly. He argues that Chimaev avoids real one-on-one confrontation and relies on a group for protection. Strickland frames this as a lack of courage and confidence in facing him alone.
People have seen him rolling in the lobby. Do you have anyone with you in
No,
case for backup?
Because I'm a fucking man. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm an American. I don't roll around with a posse because I'm a scared little. I will call Chimaev right now, and we'll go meet in the parking lot. Guess what? I will be there alone. You're gonna be there with 30 guys, because why? Even if in your heart, Chimaev, even if in your heart you thought you would beat me, you know there's a chance, even if you believe it, not saying it's gonna happen, that I drop you on that floor and I take your life. You know this, and that little coward inside you will never man up and fight me. You'll get your lackeys, you'll go get your 30 Chechenyans, you'll hide behind your religion. You're just a soft motherfucking man, dude.
Khamzat Chimaev reacts to the heavy security at UFC 328, saying it will stop any real confrontation from happening. He dismisses the precautions as being aimed at protecting Sean Strickland, not him. Chimaev claims he is willing to face danger directly, despite the threats being made.
Khamzat, I think a lot of people are hoping for a show before the show. They're hoping for some drama. They're hoping for you guys to go back and forth.
Yeah.
Is that going to happen, or do you think this is going to be an actual very calm week?
I don't think that's possible to happen because they don't let me see this guy, man. So I don't know what is he. I've been here 3 days in the lobby and the guy said he's gonna shoot me. So let's go, do that. I would be happy to die.
What do you think of the increased security this week, for this fight week?
What?
The increased security. Dana White said he increased, there's more security this week.
It's not for me, for his safety.
Sean Strickland also downplays the heavy security at UFC 328, insisting Khamzat Chimaev will not confront him directly. He claims any involvement from Chimaev's team would come at a cost, while presenting his own supporters as more disciplined. Strickland again uses harsh language to question Chimaev's character.
Has the UFC given you any guidelines on what to do, not to do?
You know, I think the security is like it's pretty not necessary, but like, I mean, how much money is the UFC making and spend on this fight? So if me and Chimaev go, Chimaev won't fight me. If he goes against one of his 10 friends to try to fight me, you know, they're in line to lose a lot of fucking money. But again, you know, this is again why we go back to Chimaev, and I say he doesn't have dignity. When in my life would you ever hear me say, I'm going to jump you, or my friends are going to jump you, or my religion's going to jump you, or I'm going to do this? It's like, dude, you just act like a fucking coward. Like, this is why I didn't want to say, you're a dog, bro. I would never say that. If I have an issue with somebody, do you think to his fans, do you think my fans would ever jump you? No, because my fans have fucking dignity. They're fucking men. Unlike you third world fucking dog.
Sean Strickland further criticizes Khamzat Chimaev's background and decisions, calling him a rat while questioning his loyalty and character. He suggests Chimaev's actions make it difficult to respect him, despite his success in the cage.
Like, what is Chimaev as we know him? The guy goes, his family leaves this like horrible fucking place where they murder people and put people in jail, goes to Sweden. He goes back to said horrible place. He starts sucking off a dictator. This is history as we know it, you guys. I'm not lying here. He goes back to this horrible place, starts sucking off a dictator. The dictator says, hey, you know what? I want my kid to tap you out. Here's a G-Wagon. I want this, I want that. Chimaev now has to flee to another country. Now he flees to another country. So it's like, somebody do I dislike him? I just kind of look at you as a dog, you know? I don't want this. No insult to dogs. I like dogs, but what's a step below a dog? A rat?
Cockroach, maybe.
Oh, a rat, dude. Yeah, you know, he's used to that term.
Yeah.
Despite their beef, Strickland admits he respects Khamzat Chimaev's skill and success in the cage, but questions his character outside of fighting. He makes clear his criticism is personal, not about Chimaev's ability to win fights.
Chimaev could fight. We're not all sitting here saying Chimaev can't fight. He's a world champion. He's won a lot of fucking fights. My issue with Chimaev is not the fact that he can't fight. He's not a fucking man.
Adding his thoughts on the matchup, Khamzat considers this fight as the biggest payday of his career. He says there is no personal hatred, only appreciation for the financial reward it brings. Chimaev points out, it will be the most money he has ever earned from a fight.
Out of all of your past opponents in the UFC, is Sean Strickland someone you hate the most?
I love him.
You love him? Is it? I know it's not personal for you, but is it the most motivated you've been for a fight in your UFC career to shut him up?
I don't know. They pay good for him.
Okay.
So that's the important thing.
Is that why you say you love him? Because he's making the fight bigger, and ultimately the bigger the fight is, it helps you more.
I never made that much money before. That's good.
Meanwhile, Sean Strickland finally reveals his hate towards Khamzat Chimaev has started over a misunderstanding in a group chat. Sean said, "There's a guy named John, really nice young kid. He's in Contender Series now, but we wrestled and I may have got the better of him during wrestling." And I joked, "Oh, I thought you would wrestle better for a Chechen." We have this group chat, and Chimaev sent me a message, pretty much called me a piece of shit, told me he's gonna me, some crazy things. So, I told Chimaev to simply go f yourself. And I said I will meet you at this location at 5 p.m. The next thing he says, "Oh, it was a misunderstanding." On the other hand, MMA pros are also excited for this matchup. Dricus du Plessis believes the opening round will decide the fight between Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland. He expects Chimaev to land takedowns, but questions his ability to control Strickland, pointing to Strickland's strength as a key factor that could surprise people.
The first round is going to tell us so much about this fight. If Khamzat can... Listen, I know Khamzat's going to get him down. Like I said, I've taken Strickland down so many times. I know Khamzat's going to get him down, but you keep him there. That's going to be the big question, because Strickland's ability to get up the technique he uses, the strength he has. He's a strong guy, a lot stronger than Khamzat on a physical level. Is really good. And I think he's going to surprise some people. If Strickland gets up 2 or 3 times in that first round, or the first 2, it's not going to get any easier with the sweat and fatigue, trying to keep a guy down that gets up. He uses a lot more energy than the guy getting up.
Adding to his thoughts, Dricus du Plessis points to Sean Strickland's cardio as a key factor if the fight settles into his pace. He argues Khamzat Chimaev's attacks carry power, making him easier to figure out over time. He adds that the opening round will show exactly how the fight will unfold.
Strickland has the cardio, we've seen that. Once Khamzat has to fight Strickland's fight, I just don't think he has a chance. I mean, Khamzat throws, he hits hard, he kicks hard, but not scary hard. And he's kind of predictable, you can see the shots coming. And with a guy like Strickland, some of the best defense in the whole of MMA. You're not going to catch him with something, just if you don't set it up. And I don't think Khamzat has the skill set to set that knockout up. But it's fighting, so he can catch him. But no, if Khamzat takes him down that first round, holds him down, Strickland cannot get up, it's Khamzat's fight. That's it. But I do believe Strickland has every tool to not let that happen and maybe snatch that title away. It's going to be a very interesting fight. I think the first round is going to tell us how that fight's going to play out.
Chael Sonnen views Sean Strickland as a major gatekeeper in the division, suggesting he is the final big obstacle before a possible Khamzat Chimaev takeover. He implies Strickland's style and toughness make him the key test for that shift in dominance.
Strickland is the last hope. He is the last line of defense between the martial arts community and having to watch Chimaev for the next period of time. And I remember warning the UFC. I remember it being in 2012, sitting with Kenny Florian doing UFC Tonight, warning the UFC of the Russian invasion. I was warning them, it's coming. The Russians are coming, and you are our only line of defense. Quit signing these guys. I remember warning the UFC, unless you want a whole bunch of guys coming in with beards and no mustaches, taking all your belts away, the only way to stop them is don't give them the opportunity. As a wrestler, I can tell you this culture is a different level of toughness, and Strickland really is our last line of defense. If Chimaev penetrates Sean Strickland, you better get used to the Chimaev era because it's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Meanwhile, Brendan Allen doesn't like Sean Strickland's confidence and attitude ahead of his next fight, using harsh language in response to Strickland's comments. He challenges him to carry that same mindset into real competition and points back to their past training sessions as evidence of a different dynamic between them.
Just laugh, he just sounds so retarded. All he wants to do is get an emotional reaction out of people, and it's just like, all right, bro. Y'all are going to fight on Saturday. See if you're talking all that then, because you wasn't talking that when y'all trained. You were screaming across the room at Eric saying how he's a bad coach for putting you with him. You know what I mean? We don't want to talk about that, though, do we? We don't want to talk about guys that watch the sparring and the training saying you got tapped out or he made him quit or whatever. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to talk about those things. So, just let him. We just think of as a team, or his coaches and everyone just was let him talk. I think it was more trying to get through to the team of yo, it's all talk. If you care about Khamzat, stay in your lane. Don't mess up this opportunity for Khamzat to go out there and handle it. Let Khamzat handle it. He signed the contract. Sean signed the contract. They're going to fight. Let him talk. Let him do whatever he wants to do. Let his antics do what it's going to do.
Sean Strickland fires back at Brendan Allen with insults, questioning his chances of ever reaching a title fight. He also takes aim at Allen's training choices, suggesting they are holding him back.
Brendan Allen called you a retard last night. Any reaction to that?
Well, thank you, retard. Brendan Allen, you are the definition of a Let me tell you, Brendan Allen, why you're such a dumb to say you're a dumb is a compliment. You are ranked 5. My boy's about to beat you. Edmund's about to beat you. You are ranked number 5. You're talking about a title fight. And you go and you train with the current champion, and the whole world just watch him fuck you up over and over and over and over and over again. All we know of your training camp is you're getting your ass kicked by Chimaev. You will never fight for a belt. You are a retard. If you want to get some advice from me, you retard, stop training with a champion. And if you're gonna train with him, don't let him beat the out of you for weeks at a time. You idiot.
However, Brendan Allen praises Khamzat Chimaev for how he handles the pressure of supporting people around him, calling him a good person outside the cage. He highlights the responsibility on Chimaev's shoulders and is impressed with how he manages it.
It's very special, I guess you'd say, to be around someone like that, to have that energy around you. And he's also a good person, man. He does a lot of good things for people, those around him. Back at home, I know he has a lot of pressure on him, you know. There's a lot of people that depend on him, that put a lot into him as well, you know. So how he handles all that is very impressive. Very impressive.
Brendan Allen explains that Khamzat Chimaev's team enforced strict fight week discipline to avoid any distractions or risks. He notes that coaches instructed everyone to stay out of trouble and let Chimaev focus fully on the fight.
The Khamzat's team, him nor anyone on it, that is called, like, is part of his entourage, as anyone would call it, is going to do anything to jeopardize that opportunity. I promise you that nobody is going to do anything to jeopardize it. Now, if someone tries to approach them and put hands on them, hey, they're not responsible for that, you know what I mean? But as far as them initiating and starting a problem, I highly doubt that happens. I highly doubt that. There'll be a lot of repercussions for anyone who does that outside of UFC or anything like that. So again, I highly doubt you see anything come from anything on their side. Everyone knows what's at stake, and like the coaches said, if you care about Khamzat, you won't do anything fight week. You'll let everything be and let Khamzat handle the job how he's going to handle it come fight night.
That's great messaging for sure.
Breaking down the matchup, Luke Rockhold identifies Sean Strickland as the toughest and most dangerous matchup for Khamzat Chimaev at middleweight or even light heavyweight. He points to Strickland's style and effectiveness as real problems that could test Chimaev more than anyone else.
There does seem to be a little bit of a thought that, like, if there's one guy at middleweight right now who could potentially maybe pull it off against Khamzat, he's the guy. There's some people who seem to believe that. Do you laugh at this?
No, he's the most dangerous guy at middleweight and light heavyweight. I don't think anyone stops Khamzat at light heavyweight. Even heavyweight, I think his skills are suited. Yeah, Sean's the toughest test for Khamzat for sure.
Wow. Okay, so you do respect what he brings to the table, even though you may not like watching it.
Fucking absolutely. Yeah, no, he's effective.
Luke Rockhold also expects a more relaxed and free version of Khamzat Chimaev at UFC 328, believing less pressure will help him perform better. He points out that Chimaev's striking is dangerous if he settles into the fight, but stresses the need for patience and composure, especially if Sean Strickland defends early takedowns.
I mean, he's special. He hits very hard. He's so unique and obviously in his realm, so he's going to stick to what he does best. But if he can relax, and I think last time out there's a lot of pressure on him to win. So I think this time you'll see a lot more free Khamzat, and hopefully we can, he gets those takedowns, and if he loses a few takedowns, he can show his stand up, because he's very dangerous on the feet. It's just a matter of putting it all together and relaxing to the process. I think that's the biggest key. If he loses some takedowns, loses Sean to get up from some takedowns, and he's got to relax. If he relaxes amongst that process, he's going to get no more takedowns, and he's going to be effective on the feet. He just can't rush it.
Luke Rockhold further comments on rumors that Ramzan Kadyrov could be present in Khamzat Chimaev's corner at UFC 328, saying it adds confidence to Chimaev's mindset going into fight week. He also downplays Sean Strickland as a real threat compared to what Chimaev has dealt with before, while noting the unusual tension surrounding their rivalry.
Sean is not a real threat in the world of what he's dealt with and who he deals with. So I think his, it sounds like we might have Kadyrov in his corner. So I think he's pretty safe within his mindset. And, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. This fight week is going to be interesting. We'll see how the interactions go. But I think Sean was saying he's going to bring a gun. I'm not sure if you can bring a gun out there in New Jersey, but they better check it.
By the way, when you say in his corner, Kadyrov, do you mean like physically in his corner or just like backing him?
I don't know. I've seen some random rumors.
Oh, wow. That would be wild.
It'll be interesting. Sure.
Yeah.
On the other hand, Robert Whittaker notes that Sean Strickland has gained momentum through his recent performances, but cautions that title picture discussions in the division are never straightforward. He stresses that contender status and future outcomes remain uncertain and hard to predict.
It's hard to say. Like, I definitely think he has an argument now, especially because he's beaten Imavov and because of the way he put away Fluffy. But honestly, it's anybody's guess. You know, it's anybody's guess. The title fights and like contenders and that whole conversation is just so, random sometimes.
Robert Whittaker also points out a major gap in grappling ability, describing Khamzat Chimaev's pressure and strength as on another level compared to most opponents. He adds that his own experience showed how overwhelming that style can be, especially after seeing Chimaev dominate top-tier competition.
I mean, I know you've been in there with Khamzat, man, and Sean Strickland's takedown defense is pretty good, but we haven't seen him in there against, like, would you say Fluffy and Khamzat, it's two different levels when it comes to the grappling, would you say, like in terms of the way, the strength and yeah.
Absolutely night and day. Like, having been in there with Chimaev and seen, and everyone who saw what he did to Dricus, like, it's not the same. It is not the same.
That's the end of today's video. A high-stakes fight is set, promising action, intensity, and moments that could swing either way and keep fans locked in. No matter the outcome, it's the kind of matchup that draws major attention. Drop your predictions in the comments and subscribe with notifications on for more updates and breakdowns.